the more I think about it, the more I start to believe that I have the personality disorder. When you have multiple personalities living in you simultaneously. I don't know, let me check. Let me check how it's called. Okay, so Google tells me that it's a dissociative identity disorder. You know, like the film, The Split. This one, right there. Yes. That's how I feel. But I'm not sure if it's true or not. But I do feel so. And I will tell you in a second after I clean my room and after I change.
Brown eyes, brown hair, yeah, that sunlight, that glare, but
So, okay, back to the topic, which is feeling like I have the dissociative identity disorder. Basically, over the course of my life, when I was like, let's say, even when I was 7, 10 years old, I always felt like I was one of these kids who liked multiple things and different things. So I wanted to be a doctor when I was 5, then I wanted to be, or maybe like a nurse, then I wanted to be a vet, then I wanted to be a model. But all of these things were more of this childhood kids ideas of who they want to be. Like, I want to be an astronaut. But after the kids phase, when I entered my teenage phase, at some point in my life, I realized that I want to be a diplomat because I saw that they learn languages, make a lot of money, and travel a lot. And that was very important for me because my family traveled a lot overall, and I just saw that it would be a really nice thing to continue doing. And I also wanted to save the world, by the way. Yeah, when I guess I decided to go into the university I eventually got into when I was like 11 years old. But the thing is that apart from being interested in languages, learning languages from the age of 5, I was also super creative, which made me consider being an architect or studying history of art. We'll come to this later, but I am studying history of art now. So yeah, it was 11 years old. It was diplomacy, but also architect or art overall. It was also me being very empathetical and me loving to talk to people, loving to find out what is happening with them, how they are feeling, which made me want to be more of a psychologist. Wait, I'm not writing this right. Psychologist. And then I also, there was always a part of me who didn't really want to work, who wanted to be a stay-at-home, but actually never a wife or a mother. I hated children when I was a child myself or a teenager. I never wanted to get married until I got 20-something, like 21. 1 year ago, I started really feeling like I want to be this stay-at-home mom with 3 boys and a dog and a big house. With big windows, 1-storied, so stuff like this, and my husband working and making millions. And I guess all of these are somewhat, if we go very deep into the whole concept of different realities, which I love, of you having different possible, we call it ветки реальности in Russian, which is like branches of reality. I haven't really found synonym for this in English, but I really love the fact that it's more of a like a tree where you have different possible outcomes from the same reality that you are in right now. And all of them, they are basically, all of these lives, they go hand in hand when we think about the fact that I have this personality, so I can be all of these people. But of course, the outcomes of me becoming an architect or choosing diplomacy or being a stay-at-home wife, they are all different, and all of the consequences of my decisions, they will all be different. But the thing is that in your 20s, I don't know, I've always been so envious of people, teenagers, young people who didn't have many interests. And I will tell you why. To some extent, we are always told that you need to concentrate on something specific in order to get a very good achievements, very high quality results. For example, if you want to become a CEO, you better start early and you better work for the same company, or at least in the same sphere from the very beginning, from when you are 20, and by the time you get 50, you might become the CEO, or by the time you get 40 nowadays, or 30. I also forgot about one of my branches of reality. I want to be an entrepreneur. When you are young, you are told to choose one specific niche and work there. Like work on your self-improvement, work on your skills, the skill set that is specifically important for this niche, and then you can get good results. So it's like you're in here and then you live your 20 years and you get the skills and you get the position, a good CV and stuff like this. And although I think it's partially true, no, I think it's actually very much true. And that is why I always envied people who knew exactly what they want to do and where they want to work and who they want to become. Because then they can basically focus. So a guy loves physics and he focuses on physics, he studies physics, and then he goes to work at a university or at a company that does physics, and then he becomes a very good employee. Okay, I forgot English anyways. But for me, it has never been like this, because each time when I start concentrating on something specific, like when I started concentrating on me becoming a diplomat, at some point I self-sabotage, because I started thinking that I could have done something differently and I could have chosen a different branch of reality. And what if this branch of reality is actually better for me? And I think that there are people out there. That's why actually I really want to start this channel. I really want to find my people, and I really want to help young people like me with just accepting the fact that we want different things simultaneously. And I want to document my journey of living different branches of reality, parallel realities simultaneously. How do you like this idea? Because not so long ago, like a month or 2 months ago, I realized that me self-sabotaging and me putting so much effort into finally choosing on what I want to concentrate is actually making me worse. So it's not doing a good job for me. And instead of putting so much energy into finding one thing, I should better do all of them. I can be everything at the same time. I can live different parallel realities at the same time. I am very much a multi-faced person. And I am sure that there are many who don't want to settle for one thing only. I want to have a relationship and I want to become a mom and at some point stay at home mom for some time. But I want also to be impactful in this international relationship arena. I want to make money and be an entrepreneur and bring something important to the collective. I want to have my impact, my good impact on the society. And I want to learn about art, and I might be interested in becoming an arts manager at some point. So yeah, the biggest objective for all of us who want to have everything at once, I guess, is to finally accept the fact that you shouldn't really listen to those who tell you to concentrate on something specific. And I've never actually heard this on YouTube or on Instagram, because even now everybody who's making videos on how to grow on YouTube, they all tell one thing and one thing only. Choose one specific niche and post regularly about something specific. But what if I will prove you wrong? What if we will prove them wrong and we will tell everybody that you can actually document your journey on becoming everything at once? So yeah, that was my main idea, and I hope that I made you think about yourself and about your goals and about your life from a specific perspective, a bit different perspective. And if you are interested in following my journey, then I would absolutely love you on board, and I would absolutely love to share more of my thoughts and of my objectives and of my journey with you. So subscribe. I'm new here, but I love this format so much more than Instagram or YouTube Shorts or TikTok. So I guess we'll see each other in the next very long video where I talk about everything and nothing at the same time.